Hello, everyone. My name is Danny, and this review is for the movie called Ma. Sue Ann is a loner who keeps to herself in her quiet Ohio town. When she is asked by a teenager to buy some booze for her group of friends, Sue Ann offers the basement of her home for the kids to hang out and party. But there are some house rules. Someone has to stay sober, don't curse, never go upstairs, and call her Ma. As her hospitality starts to curdle into obsession, what began as a teenage dream turns into a terrorizing nightmare, and Ma's place goes from the best place in town to the worst place on earth. This is a 2019 film. It is rated R, and it stars Octavia Spencer, Diana Silvers, and Juliette Lewis. There's a lot of people involved with this, though. You might recognize some other people than just those three, but that's the main three. So, yeah, this is Ma. Wonderful. So, I did not see this in theaters. That's why I saw this last night. Excuse me, fix that a little bit here. There we go. And I enjoyed it enough. I think I would have enjoyed it just as much in theater. I don't think I would have, it's not a favorite, but it's not bad. And I think it would have been in theater or not. But it was really pushed hard in theaters. I think I saw the preview too many times. I felt like I saw the whole movie. So, there's good things, there's bad things. We'll get into it. I'm just going to say the first bad thing because it was in the previews. It's not giving anything away. Ma ends up running over this girl, and we see it in the previews like a bunch of times, over and over again. It gets fed into your brain as one of the main things that she turns into this ruthless enough killer to just run somebody over in the middle of the day on the street, just run them down. And the movie does not offer any explanation of that. It doesn't offer that they found out who killed her. They don't, have people ask why she died. They coming up to her and going, "Oh my gosh, what happened?" No normal human reaction. And I would say that kind of chalks up this movie. There's lots of stuff going on. There's we kind of learned stuff. So I don't want to tell you everything in case you haven't seen the movie and you want to, but there's a lot of people involved with this, and they all went to high school together. And so we have these flashbacks, and, obviously, Octavia Spencer's character of Ma is just, she used to be a normal girl. And she's really a normal woman, except for the fact of something that happened in high school. And it's kind of worn at her and kind of torn her, but she ended up having a family and she lives in this town. She has a job. And it's just funny that one thing kind of triggers her into her madness because you figure she would have been mad her whole life. Like obviously she would have never let this go and she kept living in the town. It's like she moved away, she came back and saw all these people that triggered these memories, and that nobody would ever find out, because she seems like a hospitable person, and she has stuff all over her house. It's just crazy, so a lot of things don't make sense. There's no human reactions, there's no normal explanations, but it's a scary movie, so it's not supposed to really make that much sense. I'm just trying to analyze a couple things here and there. The other thing that didn't just plain make sense to me is the way that she did things near the end of the movie. And the ending itself is just kind of really odd and wrong way of handling things. And I'll just say this for the record. I had things that I thought were going to happen in this movie, or things that were going to be released as what happened in the past or something like that. And the thing that was released wasn't the thing that I thought of, so that's good. But what I assumed was going to be the thing is like twice as worse as what the thing was. So I was like mildly disappointed in the things that were the twists because they just didn't seem that bad. You know, like I could dream so much worse and I was expecting worse. But so the other part of this movie that didn't make much sense was near the end was the way that she got revenge on people. You know, like we sort of saw it in the previews, but it seemed really premeditated, really mediocre, really not full of crazy. You know, she did a couple things that seemed in the moment and crazy, but I just expected so much worse. This movie could have been so much better if it just would have gone ruthless. You know, I mean, it's from the makers of Halloween. Just have it do more. You know, this young girl that kind of steps up at the end. She's supposedly 16, and she has this really weird line, and just the ending itself is kind of odd. So, not to rip this movie apart, I really actually enjoyed it because it's genuine. It's a different idea. Octavia Spencer is a really good actress. If you haven't seen some of her other movies, she's in a lot of them, and you just need to watch them because they're just really well done acting. You know, I just think that this movie maybe needed to be played by somebody with the capability of going a little bit more into the crazy zone because she just seems like a really normal person that had something happen to her and now she's doing things to people. And I'm just not getting the motivation all that much. So, I mean, the rest of the cast, they were okay. It just was a normal thing. The other mother in this movie, of our kind of main character that kind of moves into town, we don't get to know her role that much. A lot of the other actors kind of look like each other a little bit, so they get confusing. But the girl that's the mother that moved back into town, I've never really been able to stand her. Her voice, her drive as a character. I've just never really gotten her acting skills. She didn't add much to the movie for me, but everybody else was kind of okay. And the storyline was interesting, and the situation was neat, and there's good partying, and there's good mystery, and you know the tenseness of the movie really does get driven. I just think it could have been a lot better. So that when that's my critique, that means the movie was pretty good. I just think it could have been a lot better. It's so close, to being really great. So I'm going to give Ma a B, and I do suggest watching it. I just would like to tell you that, you're going to have an opinion about it. Probably everybody in the world can probably come up with a way to make this better. And when that happens, it just kind of gets to be disappointing after every person that watches it. But that's just how it felt for me. So, yeah, I do suggest watching it, and I'll give Ma a B. Thanks a lot, guys. My name's Danny. If you like this or any of my other videos, try and give some of them a watch. Like and subscribe to my channel if you would. Enjoy your movies. Thanks.